Hello everyone. Happy Monday. It's such a pleasure to be here with you on this afternoon. I would like to begin by sharing some exciting announcements. The first one being that all future live videos will be going directly live on Facebook. I have made the decision not to keep this together with the My Moment of Truth podcast. I'm going to put that on the back burner and really take some time to come into alignment about what it is that I'm looking to do with that by way of growth and potential. I'm considering the opportunity of making that either a co-hosted sort of feature or bringing in interviews and making it more collaborative. So these live videos are going to be standalone events, and they will be coming as often as I feel called to, but moving these more than likely more to the afternoon time frames. So if this is your first time joining me, it's a pleasure to be here with you. My name is Debbie O'Keefe, and in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you an incredible gift that I received. So as I mentioned in the description, I was not live last week because I was celebrating my birthday. And I'm very excited to actually be announcing that it is my 40th birthday. And while so many other people are like, oh, it's the big 4-0, how do you feel about that? I was quite surprised to discover that I'm actually very excited. Something inside me tells me that this is a really incredible moment, a really incredible turning point. And I'm actually very excited to be starting a new decade of life. And this moment in time feels just right for me. I feel as if I'm in the perfect time, in the perfect place. I'm no longer feeling like I should have been doing things sooner, or regret of what hasn't happened for me, because I'm confident that I'm in the place of where I'm meant to be at the time that I'm meant to be at it. And also in this celebration of my birth, I've come to this turning point. I came to the end of a program that I was involved in that has really helped in my growth and my expansion of awareness in myself at the same time that I was celebrating this birthday. And we're also coming to the end of a year. So there's a lot of change and a lot of turnover that's happening in my life. And with this has brought about a great stirring. It's brought about a call to action in my own heart, in my own spirit. And I wanted to use this live to share this with you, because this is a call to action that I feel is not only very important and very substantial in my life, but I feel that it is a call to action on a global level. And it's my intention moving forward to continue to share these messages on a global level, to really inspire and to bring about change that we're all greatly seeking, to find the peace and the fulfillment in our lives and a greater and a higher level of living and experiencing life than what it is that we are at this current time. So what it was that I experienced, and this is the gift that I'm here to share with you, was my own gift that I intend to bring to myself as I move forward in my life into this next decade of life, into this next chapter of my life. And that gift is the gift of commitment, self-commitment, and self-committed living. And there's a few points that I really want to clarify as I bring about this idea of self-commitment, because I've embarked on this journey a couple of times in my life, and I have fallen into a pattern that I think many of us have. And this is very, very normal. So again, as I bring about this in terms of my experiences, this is from a place of compassion and understanding, never from a place of judgment. And just to say, go easy on yourself, because this is how we learn. This is how we grow. This is how we come to these understandings and these awareness. But as I've gone through this journey of transformation a couple of times, what I had believed in the past was all these changes that needed to be made. And many of us do this, where we get on, some kind of personal development kick. We take a few courses, we read a few books, we go to a few workshops, and we work on things. And we get into these streams of things where it's like, well, I need stronger boundaries in my life. So that pendulum swings 180 degrees the other way. And we go from having no boundaries to putting everybody in their place and telling the world where to go. And it gets to a very aggressive extreme. Or we get to where it's, I haven't had any self-care, so now I'm just gonna, go get manicures, go to the spa, take me time, go out with the girls, and then we swing full pendulum, and it's like now we're trying to do it all the other way. Or I'm not doing anything with my life. So then we over busy ourselves, and it's taking workshops and classes and trying to find ourselves, okay? And I've been there, done that, okay? Gone down that journey, gone down that road. And while I can't say that, any of those things or any of that awareness is not good to have, all awareness is positive awareness. At the same time, it's really the importance of what it is that we're bringing into awareness about ourselves. So when I bring about this idea of self-commitment, what I'm talking about is in terms of honesty with myself about my role in the life that I want to be living and the person that I'm choosing to live as. Okay? And this is by far one of the most important realizations that I have come to in my journey. And this is one that I'm going to continue to expand upon. I will be having opportunities to speak of this in much greater detail, but I really wanted to touch on this subject here to spark some awareness, to bring some awakening to you of really where it is in your own life that you may be maybe not so aware of the actual empowered role that you have in the experience of your life and what it is that you want to encounter. So there have been mistakes that I have made in my life. There have been areas of my life in which I have fallen short. There have been responsibilities and roles that I have played in my own life that have created situations for me that have not been the most pleasant. And in all actuality, these are the things that for me have all been opportunities for growth, that have been opportunities for me to see these things and to understand what it is that I have been contributing in my own life and the lives of others. So when I talk about this area of self-commitment, this is really staying true to who it is that I want to be living, what it is that are those values that I really want to align every word and action and deed that I do, every pursuit, every endeavor that I put my energy and my efforts into, really making sure that everything it is that I do and that I commit my time, my energy, and my attention to are things that elevate me, that speak to the truth of who I am, that give of myself in a loving and a compassionate way, that fulfill me, that inspire me, that help me to thrive, and not those things that deplete me energetically or spiritually, not those things that hide me in the shadows, not those things that change me to conform to be another person out of fear of angering another person or not being accepted or being embarrassed or humiliated. This is truly about stepping into my true purpose and those callings on a much more global level of what it is that I am about to create meaningful change in the world around me, in my own life, in my children's, in my family, whatever it is that I feel I can do to be of good to myself and to other people. and making sure that everything that I do remains in balance. Okay, being very aware that nothing is ever being done to an extreme, and if I ever find myself moving towards those extremes, taking that moment in that time to stop for stillness. Um, I do intend to commit to my self care. I do intend to rest when I need that rest. I do intend to commit to caring for myself in mind, body, and spirit in the ways that I not only need but very much deserve. This is that commitment to the true fact that I matter and have value and purpose in this life, in this world, and in the lives of other people. And committing myself to a lifestyle and to a level of respect and being that reflects that truth. Um, each and every one of you matter. You have value, you have purpose, you have significance. And if you are not living in a way that truly upholds you to that value, that allows you to continue to show up in a way that has meaning and matter and purpose in the world, then you're not honoring yourself to the fullest potential that you possibly can be. And when you are not coming from a place of self honor, you really don't show up. I had heard this so many times throughout my life. It was like ad nauseum. You can't be good to anybody else unless you're good to yourself first. And we hear that, we think we understand that on a very surface level. But at the very core of who we are, if we are not truly honoring and loving ourselves at the way to which we deserve, and when I say that, I don't mean that from a place of entitlement. And again, this is a subject for a whole other working, and I do intend to address these things on a deeper level, but not to confuse worthiness with entitlement, because that is a very slippery slope. That when we come from a place of entitlement, everything that we're doing comes from a place of punishment, resentment, blame, guilt, shame, and all those other anger, really low energy emotions that don't speak from the truth of our heart, that aren't aligned with that love and that compassion of who we truly are at our nature. And it's not being done with the purest of intentions. That's where we have misguided intentions and things start to swing to a different direction. So really keeping into awareness that when I am making a decision, when I'm taking an action, when I'm making a choice, asking myself in every moment, is this who I want to be? Does this help me? Does this help others? Is this kind to myself? Is this kind to others? Really, that awareness of being in everything that I am doing and staying consciously committed to the promises that I am making to myself and to others. And from the moment I came to this realization, I can honestly say that there's been an instant shift in my energy, in my life, in the people and the experiences around me. And there is a lightness and a freedom that comes with knowing that this next journey of life doesn't have to be about working. It's really just about a truly intrinsic being. So with that, I would like to ask that you share with me, number one, if you caught this live, please go ahead and share with me in the chat what parts about this resonated for you, and share what is a commitment that you find that you are being called to make. And if it is in this area of self-commitment, as I have shared in this video, what are the self-commitments you can be making so that you can be showing up more in the world, more presently as you really are, valuing and honoring yourself in a way that you truly matter. Okay. And if you couldn't catch this live, that's okay. No problem. Just go ahead, type in the chat hashtag replay. And then feel free, just share for me. I would love to hear your thoughts and your feedback. What was your greatest takeaway? What were the parts of this that you resonate with? And what is your self commitment? What is the gift that you are sharing with yourself? Let's celebrate this next decade, the decade of life, with me together. And I intend to continue to give this gift to myself and to you this year and all the years to follow. I want to thank you all so very much for being a part of my journey and my experience. I'm wishing you all light, love, laughter, and endless happiness and blessings. Until next week, I wish you all the best. Take care. Great blessings. This is Debbie O'Keefe wishing you well. Take care. Bye-bye.